John does not record in graphic detail the horrors of Jesus' crucifixion. Perhaps he could not bear to describe his friend's extreme suffering, and when he wrote, people knew what was involved. He does record telltale details that point to the manifold meaning of Jesus' passion. Let's briefly ponder how it answers two questions that lurk in the human heart. First, what is it to be truly human? For some, it is to enjoy wealth and luxury. Perhaps today we especially prize health and fitness, beauty and fame. More truly, we value virtue and friendship. Perhaps we picture Adam and Eve in the garden, in harmony with each other, with the world, and with God. John tells us that Jesus handed himself over in a garden and was buried in a garden. Halfway through, Pilate brings out Jesus, scourged, crowned with thorns, abandoned by most of his closest friends, and says, "Idou ho anthropos," behold the human being. Jesus is the new Adam, the ideal human being, about whom Isaiah prophesied, "He had no form or comeliness that we should look at him, and no beauty that we should desire him." And the psalmist, "I am an object of scorn to my neighbors." This relativizes much of what we desire, even what we rightly pursue. In his passion, Jesus teaches us to prize virtue. He is the exemplar of obedience and patience, compassion and love, who empowers us to begin to imitate him. He does not ask us to seek suffering for its own sake. He does ask us to remain with him, like his mother, the new Eve, the holy women, the beloved disciple. We are to imitate their compassion. In fact, to share Jesus' own compassion. For in his particular sufferings, he was in solidarity with all humanity's sufferings. And we too should reach out as we can to the poor and lonely, sick and dying, the betrayed, the sinful, those who do not know God. For that's the second question in the heart. How can we know God? John has told us that Jesus is the Word who expresses God, how Jesus claimed to be the Son who does his Father's work, and predicted that when raised up, he would be known as I am he. How at the Last Supper he told us that now at last we can know the Father. So in the garden he says, I am he, to the soldier's horror. He tells Pilate he has come to bear witness to the truth. Truth in the sense of loyalty, the Father's loyalty to us. On the cross he finishes his Father's work. Jesus crucified is not only the representative human being, he is the representative God. To know God, look at Jesus crucified. There we see God's friendship and loyalty, God's mercy and compassion enfleshed. The early church chose to sing this afternoon a passage from Habakkuk in its Greek version. Lord, I heard the sound of thee and was afraid. Between two living things you are known. Now the years have come, you are recognized. Now the time is here, you are revealed. Today is the day of the great theophany, the unveiling of God between the two others crucified with him. Once the wood of Jesus' cross was recovered by St. Helen, it became possible to prostrate to it today, and the Church chose to sing Hagios ho Theos, Holy God, Holy Mighty One, Holy Immortal One, have mercy on us. We adore as crucified, as sharing our death, the mighty God.